Hey YouTube family, it's Natana. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome to my channel if you're new. I just had to get this out. I am driving and I shouldn't be recording, but I'm not going to should myself, so whatever. I felt like it was important to get this out because I would forget and I probably would not be able to deliver it in the way that I actually desire. So I wanted to talk a little bit about the difference in experiencing a near-death experience that is in your own perception and opinion, and experience a ton of death from outside of you via physicality, not just like energetically or emotionally, but actual people that have passed in your life in a short amount of time and a massive amount of them. In 2017, I experienced 9 deaths in a matter of a year, and it was tremendous. Like, I was not even able to process any of it. It was crazy, and I had even an emotional death that is not physical, where I left my partner at that time, my husband, due to many reasons. So all in all, 2017 was just like, holy shit, how do I even process this? How do I even function? I thought I could just keep going on about life and getting it done, but little by little and slowly and surely, I was not able to function. I couldn't hold down a regular job. I couldn't hold down a basic job. I couldn't hold down a simple fucking job. I got to, on the plus side, explore different things that I always wanted to do that I never let myself do because I wasn't able to fully participate in my career field that I had done for such a long time. So, sorry, I got distracted. There was a text message. So back to my story. I was definitely struggling with being able to function at all. I, on the plus side, was obsessively working out and going out in nature, doing things like that, but I definitely isolated myself, and that was not healthy. So I got angry, I got sad, I pulled myself away. I did all kinds of different things that you probably will go through when you experience death, even just one death, let alone 9 deaths in 1 year. And I just really want to focus on the fact that I wasn't able to process it, and I feel like that's a vital part of information of what I'm sharing. So let's fast forward to a near-death experience. I had a near-death experience in March of 2019. Excuse me. I fell downstairs. I was in a disassociative state, and I was also drinking, but regardless of drinking, I could have possibly gone in this disassociative state without alcohol. Alcohol just really exacerbates it and makes it extremely easy for one who was already disassociated to do that. So I was not in my body. I was outside of my body, but my body was functioning by itself, kind of like when you drink too much and you black out and you wake up and you're like, whoa, what did I do last night? Because you can't remember anything. It's like that. So, or sometimes you actually can visually see yourself, but you don't really have much control, if any. So anyways, I remember running down the stairs slightly, having like flashbacks, and then I woke up and I was on the floor screaming. I knew something had just happened and it was not good, and I called for my partner at the time, and I realized that there was blood on the floor and that I had broke my front tooth and shattered it. I was surprised I didn't break my neck and kill myself, because that could have very well been a possibility. Hence why, to me, it was like a near-death experience. I had to wake up at that moment. I could no longer drink alcohol, and I definitely was alcoholic, to say the least. I had to make some decisions in my life about how I wanted to move forward, whether that be alone or with my partner, my ex-husband. Just different things. I put myself in therapy, and I decided it was time to. I was really vain, so I went to the the dentist, and I was really concerned about just fixing the broken tooth, but I had all these other things wrong with my mouth because I hadn't been to the dentist in such a long time, that it was like, okay, this is going to be a journey of not just fixing my vanity tooth, but fixing my whole entire mouth. And it was a journey of doing mental care, really evaluating what was important to me in life, being right or being happy, what made me happy, what didn't make me happy, what were my boundaries, and what was I willing to settle for and not settle for. It was really a major wake-up call in my life. So after months of going through some of these situations, I experienced yet another death of one of my best friends just this last month. And I'm not very much a spontaneous person. So when I found out that she was deathly ill and didn't have much time, I made the decision that it was vitally important for me to take whatever money I had and to spend it on an airplane ticket to Ireland and to get an expedited passport, because there is no way in hell I wasn't going to put in the effort to be with my loved one, knowing that she was going to pass, especially after all of those deaths that I was not able to participate in. And it wasn't not going to happen. I jumped out off the cliff like the fool in the tarot, and I took a risk and I followed my heart. I was very happy I did so, because I, one, got to see her before she passed, and two, the universe came back to me and supplied me with everything that I needed to pay for everything that I had just spent, and also paying me more money back for the time that I took off work that I had missed out on money-wise. So I'd been in a work craze for 2 weeks prior to me going, and then right as soon as I got back, I'm back in this workflow. So it's just interesting to me how once I found out that she was ill and was dying, I made a doctor's appointment because I had been dealing with a spleen issue for almost a year. I went to the Chinese herbalist and I was taking herbs and getting acupuncture. I changed my diet. All those things were helping, but it wasn't healing the problem fully. So I'm very much one for alternative medicine, but if something's not working in an alternative route, you definitely should realize you're a fucking human being. You are a 3D human being in a meat suit body, and you can die. And if you don't take action upon it, you will die. And do you really desire to die? Is that why you were born into this fucking crazy life, to experience such tragedy and such elation, but just to die because you don't want to have any type of non-natural medical care? Like, I mean, of course I believe in mentalism and I believe in holistic, but sometimes you need a little bit of extra support because there is so much non-natural, unhealthy lifestyle that you are forced to live in and around. So I went to the doctor and he wanted to do an ultrasound on my spleen. He thinks that my spleen issue isn't my spleen, he thinks it's something else. Also, he found a lump on my right thyroid and wants me to get that ultrasound too, just to make sure it's not cancer and to see if I have a thyroid issue, which I highly believe I probably do, because looking into it, it really does seem like all the signs and symptoms that I've been dealing with for a year since my spleen started after I stopped drinking really seems like a thyroid issue. So that was pretty intense to think, like, I don't feel this lump, but he feels this lump, and I wanted to get a second opinion because I'm just like, is he making this up? Does he just want me to think that and spend money? And I don't know. So I thought these things, and I was like, no, I just need to get it checked out, because what if it is cancer? You know, what if it is a thyroid issue instead of just a lymph node issue that could be caused by my spleen? So yeah, it's just like life affects you in different ways, and you never know what it's gonna do. You never know where you're gonna end up tomorrow. You never know if you're gonna be alive tomorrow. And there is a difference between processing death and experiencing a near-death experience. I don't know why I thought this message was important or who this message is for, but whoever it's for, I hope that this was helpful and that it meant something to you, and that maybe it helps you understand yourself a bit better or move on in a way that is more comfortable for yourself, or to know it's okay to take those 3D health action steps, because you are important. You can't pray this away. You can't spiritually fucking go take some goddamn ayahuasca and magically be healed. Yes, miracles happen every day, but be rational. There is this thing called rationality and common fucking sense. It exists and it's there for a reason. Do all of your other alternative methods and, you know, all your spiritual activities, but also make sure that you're being rational and taking every aspect to take care of yourself. I actually got some backlash at the spiritual community when I said I was going to get on a mood stabilizer to be in therapy, so that way I could do EMDR properly. That way I'm not constantly jumping out of my body and disassociating and not getting the proper treatment that I should be getting while I'm reprogramming my subconscious neurological system. Rationally, it only makes sense to me. And people, some of them didn't like to hear that, and that is toxic. That is something that is toxic and unhealthy. And so again, I don't know who this is for, and I just felt like it was something on my heart to share. So I hope you all have a wonderful Sunday fun day. It's a full moon in Aries today, and Mercury did go in shadow period, I think yesterday or the day before, I don't know. So yeah, be prepared that the energies are already moving. Go ahead and set your intentions to let go of anything that you desire for the next 30 days, and to know that now is a time to take action on the full moon, to step into the things that you're desiring to actually manifest from that new moon. So creating boundaries with people, stepping into action, knowing that you're going to upset people, but it's okay. Following your heart's desires. Maybe spitting your truth out, even though it might not be perceived so well. These are all Aries things. Passion. Yeah, I just know that today is a good day. I feel heavy, lazy, the energy is intense, but I also had a pretty intense day yesterday, so I know I'm just recovering. And I really feel communicative, I really feel like communicating today. So enjoy this full moon. Look out for those exes that are coming back into your life within the next month or so. And yeah, just have some common sense and show up for yourself and self-love. Bye, y'all.